Hello, Swivelheads. It's Greg Allison with the Swivelhead News here coming to you late live. Guys, there's a lot going on, and we're going to talk about it. One of the things that's going on is that we have a big conflagration with going on in Russia. The Russians have taken the initiative back in Europe, in Ukraine. There's a whole new level of tension between Taiwan and China. And furthermore, the UN now believes that nuclear war in the Korean Peninsula may be imminent. And the president of Belarus, Lukashenko, is making comments along the same. So what is cooking, guys? We're going to go all in the news. Let me update the chat room here, and we'll go into it. Hopefully it'll be more successful than my last attempt to get this in here. There we go. Yeah, coming and clicking. All right. Just making comments along the same. Oops. Had to mute the sound. All righty, folks. Let's get into it. Let's go into Z News. Hopefully there ain't no Z bugs in the news. Here we are. Bang. All right, guys. Here we are. World War III threat rising, according to the General Secretary of the UN, Mr. Antonio Guterres. And this is all because the ambassador to the UN, Kim Song, went forward and told them that that nuclear war was very imminent on the Korean Peninsula. He said that an imminent danger of nuclear war exists there, blaming South Korea's reliance on external forces for tense situation. Well, we know all along South Korea's had the United States in their pocket there, and that's always been part of it. So there's nothing actually really new in this other than the tensions seem to be going up. There's, I think we have flown some things out there, next to the DMZ that may have tempted and provoked little Kim a little bit, Kim Jong-un. But guys, I don't know. It just seems that the whole world's going crazy right now. It's just kind of hard to explain these kind of threats, this kind of language in light of what's really happening, but it's there. This is what's cooking, guys. Good morning, April, Rodney, Beta Storm, Steffords, Captain Trips, and CYA. How you doing, CYA? We all need a CYA, right? Anyway, let's go on here, guys. We might get through this news a little quicker. We're late. Sorry about being so late, guys, but according to the United Kingdom here and some over in Ukraine and others are saying that this is actually from Ukrainian steel magnet Yuri, I can't pronounce that, Razenkov. Anyway, they're warning of that if Putin wins in Ukraine, of course, they're doing anything they can to get the West in on their side, but they're claiming that will spark world war. And of course, a lot of the Europeans have been saying that too. Whether or not that's the case remains to be seen. But, we're seeing Russia say if we lose in Ukraine, that's going to spark a world war. And the others are saying if they win Ukraine, it sparks a world war. Let's hope they're both wrong. But it sounds, from the rhetoric like we're danged if we do and danged if we don't. Either way it goes. So, what's all this boiled down to, guys? It boils down to it's just crazy tensions right now. But at the moment, the upper hand seems to be in Russia's favor. So this one's coming from the Belarusian dictator Lukashenko. And he's saying that their country is preparing for World War III. A lot of talk that something might kick off in the Zwoki Pass, as we've talked about in the past. But there's a lot of tension between Poland in particular and Belarus right now. Belarusia, sometimes it's called. When I was a kid, some of the maps showed it as Yellow Russia, which is interesting. I haven't seen that terminology used in a long time. But at one time, Belarus, the Rus is really Russian, if you haven't figured that out. The Russians started out as the Kiev Rus in Ukraine back in the very days of the inception of the Russian people long ago. So Belarus is just another way of saying Belarusia. But like I said, when I was a kid, the maps actually called it Yellow Russia. Have not, like I said, not seen that in a long time, so I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, guys, And here we are again, impending world conflagration, all the result of Western neglect. Now, there was another article that I didn't pull up here tonight because they were trying to get me subscribed to something where Liz Truss, former Prime Minister of Great Britain, is talking along these same lines, saying how Europe is really drugged behind in their preparations and how that really endangers Europe and how they're not really seeming to come together that well for their own defense. There is talks of some kind of European Union or force, but it's kind of slow to come together. They don't have really the manpower and weapons for all that you can think about how good the technology is. They don't have the forces that Russia has. So Europe might be at risk, but it's kind of, they've made this bed. They've been so reliant on the United States for carrying the water for them. And the United States really is kind of backing down from a lot of this stuff now. So they need to pay attention. As I said, Russia's broke this stalemate when they took Avdiivka. And this is now coming from Robert Gates, a former CIA director, for whatever you might want to believe coming from him. But it's kind of apparent, we really don't need him to tell us that. It's pretty darn apparent. And, what I said all along here was that since the Ukrainians failed to make an end run around when they supposedly broke through the Russian lines, they're in trouble. Guys, the whole world is getting crazy right now. So it might be a good time to really think about some long-term prep and supplies. Now, I've done videos showing you how to go to the big box stores to buy your beans and rice back, a couple of years ago. I posted a couple of videos on that topic, and I've always encouraged that. And I encourage you to grow your own gardens first and foremost, and do your own canning and putting stuff up. But, it's going to take a while for you to have all the long-term food supplies you might want. So this might be a good deal to consider here. Go to Green Greg's. Go to Prep with Greg. Prep with Greg. I'm just reading off the screen here. Go to Prep with Greg. That's how you get to this page. And that's what helps me if you use that link. Prep with Greg. The link will be in the chat room or in the notes below. So right now you can get a special for a 4-week supply for $177. Now you show me where you can get 4 weeks. Some people talk about the price. So the price is terrible. Come on, where you can find 4 weeks worth of food for $177? It'll last you 25 years. It comes in these sealed packages and buckets that you can stack up, and you can take these packs and put them in your backpack if you want to bug out. Anyway, it's not a bad deal. You better have something you can bury in a cache. That's all I got to say. Not cash, as people tell me. Yeah, Greg, it's cash. It's not cache. Well, I still call it caches. Pardon me. That's the way it's spelled. Just like I say, Knoxville. So give me a break, folks. I always call Knoxville because I pronounce the K. And I got a bunch of knives, in part thanks to Rodney Middleton in here, who sent me some good, nice knives. Anyway, so now, guys, this further underscores where the West is at. They're just not prepared. The British just had this Triton missile test firing and it failed. And this article just says, hey, this is just a warning about the state of the UK defense. UK defense is pretty deplorable. They've barely got any kind of army at all. Texas National Guard is probably considerably bigger than the UK Army and Navy. Probably an entire armed forces. Hey, JoJo, how you doing? So, anyway, guys. I don't know, I shouldn't be laughing. This is pretty sad, really. Pretty sad that they've gotten in such a state of disrepair over there for being able to defend themselves. Every nation should be able to defend itself, or if they're up against a foe big enough, to form alliances that can do that. But they shouldn't be reliant on alliances that aren't right there next door to them within elbow room. They've been too reliant on the United States. And the United States has proven itself not to be a reliable partner in some respects after the Afghan fiasco. But furthermore, the United States is broke. We're $34 trillion in debt. And the people here are getting kind of tired of putting money overseas. Now, this is talking about here, this article, or some is pointing out that the supporters are saying that, hey, more money to Ukraine could turn the tide of the war. I don't believe it. They had money and armaments coming from them from the spring and summer. There was, going to launch that spring offensive, and they got nowhere with it. They broke through the lines and still couldn't manage to take advantage of that major strategic win that they claimed they had. So if they couldn't do that, I think their days are they're just counting down. You know, how long will they last? A year, 2 years? I just don't see it, guys. I don't see it. I think, but you know, there's bigger problems, guys. Let's kind of go back here a minute. There's bigger problems. Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. But you know, hey, Russia's been well armed. Russia's got their own allies. Iran now is sending powerful missiles. Apparently, the United States let some sanction from Iran play out, and somehow this is playing into more missiles going to Russia. And of course, we know that North Korea is sending missiles to Russia. But here's what they're finding: the crashed North Korean missile was full of parts from Europe and the United States. How about that? North Korea, you know, one of the most sanctioned nations there is still finding ways to get American and European parts to put them in their missiles. And then they're sending them over to Ukraine. And they're getting stuff back. And what's Iran getting from their trade? You know, one of the biggest things is Iran had a bunch of old jet fighters from the era of when the Shah was in charge. And for a long time, they were just putting spit and tissue paper on those jets to keep them together. Well, now they're getting brand new jets from Russia. God knows what else they're getting from Russia. So they got a trade going there between them. Hey, Granny, good to see a lot of hearts. I hope you're feeling well, Granny. Anyway, guys, this is, yeah, if you post a link for the Defy the Grid for goals, make sure you put Green Greg's code in there. If you go to Defy the Grid, yeah, just to point it out to you guys, so I just put it in the chat room. If you do go to Defy the Grid, I don't get no credit unless I get 0 credit unless you use the code Green Gregs. But if you use the code Green Gregs, you get 1% off, and I get a whopping ginormous 1% commission. Yeah, for a while I wasn't even advertising that, but so many people were going there anyway. I had it in the links that I decided I would play it up some. I'll do it more when I talk economic stuff. I've been planning to do a Breakfast Club video just talking economics. I just hadn't got my round to it together. I'm struggling just to get any kind of videos out, guys. That's why I'm on here so late. Apologize for that. It's just a struggle for me to get videos posted. I got so much going on. But like I said, these North Korean missiles are getting the stuff from us. Who knows? Maybe the Chinese missiles have our components in them too. Wouldn't surprise me. They definitely got our technology. We know that. So, so in Middle East, so they're expecting some escalation because the Houthis actually managed to sink a British ship. And furthermore, the Houthis got these underwater drones, and they've shot down one of our drones. So it's just a slugfest over there. And one of the things that some of the people are thinking of what's going on, this may be something Canadian Prepper talked about, or maybe I got it somewhere else. But anyway, the idea is that I might have got this off. I don't know who I got this from. I mean, it might have even been Jack over Black Scout Survival, but somebody put it out there. Essentially, what's happened is, and we do know this, that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps has their members there in Yemen, in Yemen with the Houthis, advise them on the use of their missiles and targeting their missiles. And apparently, the whole strategy of the attack is being orchestrated by the Iranians. And furthermore, it seems that what they're doing is they're trying different formulas to see how they can wear down the defenses where the chinks in the armor are for our aircraft carrier groups and our naval forces at large. If they can if they throw enough stuff at them at one time, there's something that confuses their algorithms, their approach to things, their methodology, where they can actually get through. So apparently what they're doing is just really, I think this came from Nate. They're really just testing. And I think that's really true. They're just testing our systems to see what we can withstand, what we can hold back. I give credit where it's due, as long as I can remember. Try to. They just, they're testing out, and it makes perfect sense because this is exactly what they would do. They're testing the systems out. And so this whole thing might be more of a test than anything else, just to instruct Iran what to do in case they get into a conflict with us. Of course, the Houthis are, but the Houthis are the so-called honey badgers. Of the chat disconnected. What? Chat disconnected. Let me do a refresh here. I didn't even touch the screen. How did chat get disconnected? Let me do a refresh here. For all you watching for the news in the morning, it's the chat guys that are keeping these channels going with us. Oh, I went off the internet. What happened? Let me check my link, guys. Hang on. Keep it on my chat room is vital because those guys are the supporters of my channel. I'm getting too much stuff demonetized. So make sure my hotspot is still working. Why am I off the internet? Wow, I am. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Hang on. My laptop went off the internet, and I don't know why. My things up. Let me keep talking the news here, and I'll come back to it in a little bit, make sure I haven't missed it. I may have to go to my screen on this page, but I got so many screens up on this page. I need multiple screens off my main computer is what I need. Maybe one of these days I'll get a computer that can support all that. Yikes, guys. But anyway, U.S. drone, isn't it coming up? U.S. drone crashed, and the United States has been acting like, well, we don't know what happened with that. Well, there's plenty of people saw the video of it getting shot down by the Houthi missiles. So the Houthis are showing a lot more capacity to include their new undersea drones. No internet. Oh my gosh. I'll have to come back and check the screen on my just another screen I gotta switch. That's most unfortunate. Anyway, maybe I'll come back here in a minute. Houthi, yeah, so they got basically, it's not a torpedo, it's like an underwater, but it looks like a torpedo, it acts like a torpedo. How come they don't call it a torpedo? I don't get it. But they're calling it an underwater drone. Maybe it's just not as fast as a torpedo. I don't know. So now here's the other thing. There is actually some good news that might throw some cool water on these conflicts. Apparently, there's talks of progress toward a hostage deal, which might pause the fighting in the Gaza Strip. That's what's got the whole world up in arms, is all this Gaza Strip stuff. So I'm just totally unhappy with what's going on here on the internet. So let me go on here. China's Coast Guard has triggered panic in Taiwan. Now, all right, guys, what this is all about is follows. In Taiwan, I'll come back and look at the chat room and this screen, but I can't do it while I'm presenting this stuff. Sorry, guys. What happened in China was Taiwan's got some islands, a lot of islands that is theirs. They've had them all along. One of them is particularly close to China, mainland China, though. And there was a speedboat that the Taiwanese Coast Guard took to either try to apprehend or run off, because the Chinese have been coming there with their boats spying on things and causing trouble. So the Coast Guard went after it. Well, this speedboat took off. I suppose they had fishermen on it. They took off at a real high rate of speed, and it capsized. Well, now, that means that they weren't good at piloting their boat. But China, of course, blamed Taiwan for that. Two of the guys passed away, apparently, after the 4 guys were on board, as I understand, and 2 of them passed away. They failed to resuscitate them after they got back to mainland China to some hospital or something. And what happened is that, like I said, China blamed them. But then China turned around as a result and boarded a tourist ferry that belonged to Taiwan. The Taiwanese were scared because Chinese forces came on board and this tourist ferry. Now, maybe next time they do it, it might be worse. But then these guys said they were afraid for their lives. Well, the Chinese left after going through and supposedly inspecting things, gave them a good harassment and sent some chills up their spine. But this is just cooking the tensions up in the area. It's just one more thing. It's the first time they've actually boarded a civilian Taiwanese boat. So anyway, guys, we'll change topics here. A lot of people are expecting more unrest, but here's the thing to bear in mind. The Chinese companies have their own militias, kind of like state has state guards here. And what's happening is that they're growing these. So this is in addition. This don't count in the numbers of the Chinese military itself. They are corporate militias. These are companies that we're probably trading with over there. These are companies that have been funded by all the cheap junk we bought at Wally World. You know, it was President Clinton that gave China the most favored nation trading status. And based on that, suddenly China had a huge market, made a lot of money, and militarized very significantly. Thank you, Bill Clinton. Jeez, Slick Willie. Air Force fires warning as China attempts to recruit U.S. airmen. They didn't really fire a warning shot per se, but yeah, the Chinese are actually actively trying to recruit U.S. airmen. You know, they were actually hiring British airmen for a bit. So what they did, they were going to get all kind of intel about our firecraft from these guys, maybe training for their own pilots. So, you know, any American that goes over there at this point ought to be considered a traitor. Yikes, guys. Now we're starting to change the vector of this a little bit. Some of the same news outlets that are warning us about disinformation and misinformation apparently are making millions to print Chinese propaganda, according to this source here, the Washington Free Beacon. Oh, yeah, and they're showing Time Magazine as one of them. We're talking about this. This is all across the United States, lamestream media. And the number of Chinese immigrants crossing the border is continuing to increase. Continuing to increase. How come we can't just shut down the border? Oh my gosh. Now, supposedly Biden is making rackets about shutting down the border because he realizes this is probably what's going to cost him the election. So he's mumbling around and stumbling around and talking about actually taking some stricter measures. Well, how long will that last? Until the election's over and then he throws it back wide open again? Yeah. Do y'all trust Biden? I would ask for a vote in the chat room, but I can't see it. Hang on, guys. We'll get through this news real quick. Vulnerable Dem senator breaks silence on Biden administration doing what? Now, this is a Democratic senator. He's vulnerable at re-election, but he's claiming the Biden administration is providing veteran medical resources. Now, if you're in the VA and you're using VA medicine, you know that that's really tough on our veterans, that they have a hard time getting what they need. And yet those resources that should be going to our veterans are going to who? Oh my gosh. Illegal immigrants. You got to be kidding me. Well, nothing surprises me now. Nothing. Well, now it turns out that 60% of the people polled in Texas thinks the results of the next election is going to lead to violence. Now, that's probably true whoever wins. This is why you got to be vigilant, guys. There's so much tension in this country. We're so polarized that this could work bad either way. Either way. And here's Governor Nome taking South Korean, not at all, South Dakota National Guard and sending them down to Texas to help Texas with the border situation. All right. Now, Snowden has come out and says, you know, hey, you can't save Navalny, however you pronounce his name, Navalny. This is the Russian dissident who got imprisoned because he wanted to run against Putin for president, and he had a lot of following. But even from prison, he was still talking, and so somehow he just ceased to exist for some strange reason. But Edward Snowden said, we can't save him, but we can still save Assange. Now remember, one of my key beefs was Trump, is he threw Assange under the bus. And it's time to free Assange, guys. Definitely. And Snowden, too. Snowden needs a pardon, full pardon, in my humble opinion. All righty, guys. We'll check the earthquakes and space news, and we'll end the news part of this. I'll check the chat room. A lot of stuff on the West Wokistan here. We got something really close to the San Andreas here, 3.5 in Parksville, California. Now, just because it looks like it's on that fault, don't mean it's directly on that fault. There's a lot of feeder faults around. We got something new here in Mina, Nevada, 2.5. We got one down here, just west in Mexico, just west of the San Andreas, a little 2.6. Up here, just east of San Andreas. Pillsbury, California, 3.0. And here, pretty much offshore of Chewy Weather, 2.8. Now, Alaska's got a lot of stuff popping up here, guys. Look here. Port Ellsworth, 4.0. 3.1 and Saventa, I don't know how to pronounce it, Saventa, Alaska. Now, I don't know the name of every little place in Alaska. I don't know this one. Talkeetna, 2.5. Valdez, 3.0. That's the port where the pipeline comes in. Oh, this one's up north. Living Good, 3.0. Deering, 2.6. If we back out, we're going to find probably, oh yeah, look down here. This, we had an undersea volcano in this region. It really let off a huge explosion recently. The Tonga region, Homa Tonga, 5.4, 5.5 south of the Fiji Islands. A couple over here. We got a biggie right here, 5.5 in Papua New Guinea. Papa's popping. There's a 4.4 in Papua New Guinea. There's another one out here on the outside. If I can click on the one on the outside. There we go. 5.4 Papua New Guinea. 5.1 in Indonesia. Japan got one. Shima. 4.1. How close is that to Fukushima? Look up here. Bosnia and Herzegovina, 4.1. Down here off the Greece, 4.1. Iraq, 4.0. Afghanistan's got a 4.2, 4.5. And over here in Kyrgyzstan, 4.4. Yeah, there's a lot of earthquakes going on. Of course, Puerto Rico's got some of the recent ones. They're dancing hard there tonight. And Puerto Rico, nothing new with that. Space weather, guys, we got a huge sunspot coming around. And it's just put off an X-class solar flare, X1.8. Now, this is kind of like Richter scale, guys. The numbers aren't linear. Look at this huge sunspot, 3590. Guys, that is something to be concerned with right there. As it turns around to us, let's hope she don't pop off a biggie. That one is concerning. Here's that flare popping off. X-class, X1.8. X-class is the largest class, but there's a lot of spectrum within X-class itself. There's a solar eclipse comet coming to us. We can see the aurora here. All right, you're going to have to wake up in a little bit. New day is going to be daylight. That's when you go to bed, though. All righty. Now, we just discovered probably after it passed us on the 18th that one came between the Earth, another one came between the Earth and the Moon. At 0.4, the distance between the Earth and the Moon. We got one coming today between the Earth and the Moon at 0.6. That's about over twice as far out as the geosynchronous satellites, though. And it's only 14 meters. Nothing we know of coming close to the Earth. But we are always finding them after they pass by or when they're real close. Look at all these that are 2024 numbers. Most of them. Those are all discoveries this year. And so far this year's got less than 2 months in it. All righty, guys, before we do weather, I'm going to stop the share. Halo. And I'm going to have to open the screen. It's got the chat room in it to see what I've been missing. How come I'm not seeing chat here? Yeah. That's not good. Let me do it. What is going on here?
Hello, Silverheads. It's Greg.
Thought I had it muted. I did. Oh, I just comments are not supported on private. What? Ah, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see the comments at all or not tonight. What is happening here? All right, this screen's just showing. All right, there they are. Jeez, I had the hardest time getting comments here. I can't even see this computer over here. It won't log on to the internet for nothing. That universe is hollering. Maybe. Let me try this computer again. I'm gonna check, make sure I haven't lost the lock, the internet from this device. No, it still shows a mobile hotspots on. I'm gonna try to disconnect it and reconnect it here. All right, guys, the news portion is over for those that are with a breakfast crowd, and I'm gonna chat with the chat room people, I guess, through this screen if I have to. So I go back to look at weather. I'm not gonna be able to see it. All right, let's connect again. It works a lot better for me if I can watch it from over here. That way I can keep multiple screens going. Oh, what's going on with this thing? It's just not wanting to go to the internet. Anyway, let me see if I missed super chats or anything. That's well, I got the chat room open. I don't see any. Don't mean I didn't miss them. All right. No internet. Whoop. Maybe it's coming now. Got the little thing circling. All right. Let's read through the chat. I may be connected now. Security. Refresh over here. I'd rather watch it over. No dice. All right, let me just read through the chat room here. CUIA question: is land in Arizona near the big Chino aquifer a good place for water? It's the Coca. Oh shoot! Again, brain lock now. It's the no, it's a different aquifer. He threw me off. I could tell the oh shoot. You had to put another word in my head. Now that word's jamming my brain. It's the no, it's got a huge aquifer. It's the same aquifer that goes up underneath the Colorado Plateau. It's the oh shoot. It's the I've said it a million times, name of that aquifer. Right now, suddenly I'm not getting it. It's the oh shoot. Yeah, it's a huge aquifer. It's the second largest aquifer in the world, and it's not being tapped into. It's got a lot of good water in it. Ah, what? Anyway, as you can see, I'm not in Arizona right now. A lot of people got confused when I posted that video over on Green Grass. Now, I recorded that video on the 11th of December. Since I put that video in, I did the stuff I was saying I was going to do in that video. I put in the pieces, put in the floor, I put in the second story floor, and we put the roof on. There's a roof on the building. But all the video for me doing all that construction, or well, not a lot of it, because when I'm busy working, I can't be doing a video. If I had more people there, I could have somebody else videoing, or I could have been doing more video. I did a little bit. Hey, we got a super chat. Very good. Probably the only thing I'm gonna earn tonight. Who was it? Let's see. Gabby. Happy 10th super chat. Salute to you, Gabby. Thank you. Salute to you. I appreciate it very much. All righty. Celebrate their 10th. Yeah, it's your 10th super chat on live stream here, I guess, with Swivel News. So salute to Gabby. Thank you, Gabby. Yeah, what's going on? This computer's frustrating me. I'm gonna have to call. I got to call AT&T. I paid them a lot of money for the hotspot. When it's not working, I'm not happy. I'm well behind on the bill though. All right, so escaping the Wild West, the Bahia area. Where you at? We'll ask where everybody's at in a minute. So, Australian Labor government has just given 2,000 Palestinians fast-track citizenship to Australia. Don't that make you happy? Yeah, all the Western countries. Yeah, that was something I was going to talk about that didn't. All the Western, the West has been lost, especially in Europe. The ancestors of Europeans fought for thousands of years to keep out the invasion of the Muslim militaries that were trying to take Europe over. And then just suddenly through immigration, they just threw the gates wide open. Europe is never going to be the same again. So, and the European people just aren't reproducing. So it's not going to be the same, guys. So whatever, for whatever that is or isn't worth, that's just an observation. They may be all speaking Russian soon. It's part howdy from Georgia. What do you think about these new solar flares? Everyone's hyping up. Well, if we get one big enough, it can take out our power grid, and it could totally bring our country to its knees permanently. Talked about that at great length. Other videos. Yeah, April, I had to bring up. I got it. What I present from is a different browser than what this goes to the chat room. But either way, I won't be able to look at the articles I'm showing you and look at the chat room at the same time, even though we're using the same browser for them. So, and I got so I got two different browsers open. I got screens open for Zoom and screens open for other things on this computer. And so I got a lot of different screens to have open on one system. So that's why I need the laptop to monitor the chat room. And right now, it ain't working. For some reason, the internet leak to it is not working. So YouTube is having issues. Chats have gone down all night on multiple sites. So that's interesting. It could be they're getting hacked, or maybe it's a solar storm. And that could be it. Could be the solar storm. But the Chinese police in Chicago, they got Chinese police stations all over the place in this country. Yikes, monitoring their own people over here. And that's not serving us, guys. World War II flying tigers. All right. I'm making shredded wheat with brown sugar and 2 vanilla carnation. Oh, wow. That's how we used to eat shredded wheat when I was a kid. You put carnation, evaporated milk in it, and a ton of sugar. I used to like it that way, probably because it was so daggum sweet, as a kid. Kids love anything super sweet. Well, sorry, how do you think God, it went away? I've been dealing with this for 10 years. Oh, Tiffany, what happened to New Days? Same last year. What am I missing? Tiffany says, I'm disabled with vertigo. I get these episodes, and they last for weeks. Can't walk, drive, sleep, or go. Oh, my gosh. Sorry to hear that, Tiffany. Just day after day on the tilt-a-whirl. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a big super chat. Who's this? New Days. Had a talk with that mean cat of mine. He says you're safe. No worries. I'll let you through the door. Sally, she's got a fierce guard cat up there. She keeps telling me. She said it won't let anything past. Salute, New Days. Thank you very much. So if I come up there to watch the eclipse, I won't be eclipsed. I won't look like shredded wheat, maybe. All right. Does anyone ever check out Dutton's Sense? Not lately. Free sign, says Granny. Amen. Free sign. Let me scroll back up here. That is fine here. Yeah, I can't pull it up on my laptop. For some reason, the internet connection through my AT&T service provider is not working. It's usually better than the one through my cable company in terms of reliability. The cable company is usually the one that goes down the most. All right. Thank you for calling for the thumbs up there. Mumbling and fumbling. Oh, yes, that's right, CYA. That's our President Taterhead. He's a vegetable. He's a taterhead. I got called for dinner. Be back. All right, Rodney. Sounds good. You have to tell us what you had when you get back. What's shaking? Hey, Chewy, how you doing? Puerto Rico's shaking, and Puerto Ricans are dancing hard. They got earthquakes there all the time. And you had an earthquake off the coast there, Chewy. I guess you know about that. All right. I don't trust Snowden either. I think he's just a double agent. Think so? He broke a lot of information to the public. Anton is like Jason Bourne. Anton, are you Jason Bourne? No bad for you before 4 p.m. today. Oh, Lord. You days work some crazy hours. Bless her heart. Bed of storms. All right. Place looks good in Arizona. Yeah, the roof's on it. The roof is on the place. Poorly what? Poorly what? Thank you, Michelle. I will go there and check that in a moment. Russia annexing Transnistria is very concerning. Oh, yeah, they definitely want to do that. And they'll probably take Moldova with it. Chino Aquifer. No, it's not called Chino. It's the Coconina. The Coconina Aquifer. A funky Coconina. I was trying to say cocoa something for some reason. It's a Coconina. It's a Coconina Aquifer. That's the name of it. Alex, hi, I'm in Scotland. I worry we have more illegal immigrants in the UK than we do police. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Probably a lot more. It's cold in Scotland. Yeah, we'll check it out in a little bit. Spokane Valley, Rathdrum Prairie Aquifer, Great Artesian Basin in Australia. Ah. Typing with my toes. I can put a pencil between my toes and write. I haven't done it in a long time. For a while, I could write in cursive with my feet. I'm not going to say it's pretty. I can't even write pretty with my hands. I can draw art, but when it comes to handwriting, it looks junky. I've never been a pretty handwriter. Jason, Europe let them in before. Took 3 centuries. Oh, yeah, more than 3. There was 1,000 years keeping all those people out. Now they just open the gates. I have miniature Scottish Highland cattle. Where at, Tiffany? Are you in Scotland, Tiffany? Time to move to Argentina. Hey, yeah, maybe. I like that president they got down there in Malay. Mini Highlands. I bet they are cute. Cats are mean. They try to smother you in your sleep. Uh-oh. Yeah, new days. Maybe a cat just wants to let me in to smother me. Why is the cat's trying to sleep on your head anyway? Well, there's a solution to that. Don't let a cat in your bed. You have a Snoopy coffee mug. I do. I think probably Jessica might have gave this to me. I'm not sure. It might have been Angela, though. My daughters probably gave it to me. Scooby Snacks, how you doing? Some people call her cat Lucifer. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it sits at the door, guards the door. It's like a guard dog, what she's telling me. I never met this cat. You got engineers handwriting like my family. Yeah, my handwriting's terrible. Where's Drops? We haven't seen Drops here in a long time. I don't know what Drops has done. He might have got mad at us for some reason. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time. I have no idea why not. Hey, Randall, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while since Drops has been in the house. All right, we're going to let's see if I can get a dial tone on it a little bit. We're going to go back to the weather here. My cat's just protective of me. Oh, that's a good thing. She's got two ginormous dogs. The cat's the one that's in charge of the house. Yeah, she's got two ginormous Great Danes. She calls them her goons. I mean, these things are bigger, as big. I told her she ought to strap them up to a wagon and use them to pull the wagon or a cart. All right, let's see if we can go back to the weather. We're going to share screen. I'll come back to chat after kind of going through the weather. So since I can't see the chat room at the moment, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before I do that, I'll check my email here. It'll show us. Oh, the hotspot turned off here because it'll turn off on his phone if it's not linked to the computer. Finally gave up. Oh, let's see. Is my email working? I don't know. This phone may be on the fritz. Not showing anything. Let me see if I can log into PayPal. Offline. My phone is offline. It's the phone. I can't even look at PayPal. I won't pull PayPal. I don't do any secure transactions on my desktop. I'll have to see if I can fix this. I'll have to call AT&T after a broadcast tonight. I'm pretty confident Michelle probably sent a super chat through PayPal. Usually when she puts something on there, she usually does that. So to Michelle or anybody else, I will go back and check this one, but I'm gonna have to call AT&T and resolve the deal with my phone. I wonder if it even has a dial tone. So let's call my house. Phone is not registered on the network. I only make emergency calls. My phone's out. My phone is out. This is what I use my mobile hotspot. It's out. Oh well. Yeehaw. I'll have to resolve that. Call AT. Maybe I can call AT&T direct. So I'm gonna make emergency calls. Yeah, it's probably because I'm late on paying my bill. Not because I didn't have the money. It's because time. I don't have time to do nothing hardly, guys. Time is my killer in my life. Anyway, that's why we're on here so late. I'm overwhelmed. All right, folks, let's check the chat room one more time in here. And then I am going to go into small screen. Oh yeah, I got Google Earth open. I got a ton of screens open. It takes me a minute to switch around even to find the screens with all the buttons I got to click. Yeah, this is straightforward. Hey, we got another super chat. Rodney. Salute to Rodney. Thank you. And a coffee toast to you, Rodney. Yes, us engineers aren't always the best at writing, handwriting. Yeah, the $10. Well, thank you, Michelle. Salute to you. Appreciate it. I figured you sent something. Thank you. I'll have to see. I hope I haven't missed somebody else. 4:22 a.m. You're an hour ahead of me. You're East Coast time and time Central time here in Alabama. Believe it or not, same time as Texas, most of Texas. Of course, El Paso is in Mountain Time. Airplane. I know the phone is out. It won't even let me make a call. Okay. Fill your cat my special shredded wheat snack. Oh, feed it. I don't know if a cat needs to be eating all that sugar, Granny. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you. All righty, let's go in here. Now I got to pull up another screen, so I can go to where I can go to the share screen. There's too many things to juggle here. I need more screens for a single computer to use as my broadcast computer. All right, we'll go back to weather. Bang. All right, a lot of snow in Denver. Maybe Colorado Jan's getting some snow tonight. We got some rain in eastern Oklahoma. Looks like it might go all the way back to Tulsa. Some rain coming across, heavier rains coming across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, down into eastern Kentucky. And just a little string through the Blue Ridge Mountain area, very Virginia, East Tennessee, Western North Carolina. Looks like Ontario got a little bit down here in the southeast and a whole bunch up in Quebec. Manitoba and northern Ontario got a lot of snow. Let's go into, start here at Maine. Houghton is 19. Pretty chilly up there in these days. Now, I can't see the chat screen while I'm doing this, guys. I'll check back with it in a minute. Boston, 23. Syracuse, New York, 30. 25 in New York City. That's why I see New York City down by the ocean cooler than inland. Erie's 41. Cleveland's 43. Toledo, 43. Nice temperatures up in there, but you got all this rain up in there. Northern Michigan, it's in the 30s. Brian Perendiland up in Minnesota's in the 25s. Wisconsin's also in the 20s, a little bit of 30s in the south. Nashville's 53. Knoxville's 43. Well, Ardmore's warmer than Huntsville. That's rare. So we're somewhere on probably around 52 outside. It's not too bad right now. Bullingham, Birmingham, 50. Montgomery is 46. Down here, where I don't know, Brandy's somewhere in this area. And Troy's 46. Monroe's 50. How come it's colder there? Dothan's 44. Enterprise is 46. Mobile 53. Nolans, NOLA 53. Planet Houston's a balmy 62. Wow. San Antonio 62. Dallas, Fort Worth 62. Wow. Yeah, it is raining in Tulsa. Northern Tulsa anyway. 57 degrees there. And over here where Michelle's at, you got some high 50s. Fayetteville and Fort Smith is 59. Little Rock's 59. Looks like it's bouncing between 57 and 59 through most of Arkansas. Amarillo, I spent a night in Amarillo in my van, 53. Also spent a night in Arkansas, if y'all remember. Probably more than one. Spent some nights in Oklahoma in my van. Right now, it's still in Planet Houston. Flagstaff, 26. Now, Snowflake is cooler than here right now. It's 34. Sholo's 32. St. John's. I saw, was Jesse in the house tonight? Pine Top, 32. That's where the Lowe's is I go to. Pine Top. Yikes. All righty. Phoenix is a balmy 53. About 20 degrees difference. Tucson is 50. The Cowgirl in Arizona is in the house. San Diego, 53. Los Angeles, 48. Lost Wages, 46. Back up to West Wopistan. San Fran's 48. 46 over here. Eureka, 44. Eugene is 39. Got 40s through here. Got a little snow up in there. Inland's in the 20s. Got 20s through there. What's Colorado and Utah doing? Ogden, Utah is 30. Salt Lake City's 30. You got some snow in there. What's this stuff? Looks like maybe it's freezing rain. Provo, 28. Provo always makes me think of Parvo. Hanksville, Hanks and Hanksville, 34. Anton, look at that, 17. Colorado, 17 right there. And I don't even know how to pronounce that. Seguchi. 12 degrees, Buena Vista. Colorado Springs, 21. 12 in Vail. Denver's 25. Not a lot of snow back up in there. Let's get up here to, now we get a few followers up here in Alberta. Oops, I skipped forward on time. Let's go back. Calgary's 28. Brooks 26. Come back to chat room in a minute, guys. Slave Lake 32. Nig Creek 28. Watson Lake 17. Where Destruction Bay's at? I think it's on this lake here. Some long lake I drove down by when I came down through northern British Columbia. And I went into Alberta and then cut back into British Columbia when I came south. Wasilla, Alaska is 37. Above freezing. Anchorage is 37. Silverado is 28. Heavy snow and Silver, real heavy. Look at that. Kenai, 35. Homer, 35. Valdez, where they just had an earthquake, is 28. How come you got two Mexican or two Hispanic names here next to each other? And Alaska used to belong to the Russians before America bought it from them. So you got Cordova and Valdez. I don't know how they got named that. Fairbanks, 28. Delta Junction, 30. Ruby, 25. Nome is 19. That's what Dead Horse is. -4 in Dead Horse, -2 in Barrow. Wainwright's -1. There's a Fort Wainwright in Fairbanks. That's the Army base in Fairbanks area. Whoa. Any super colds in Siberia, -29 up here. -20. Coldest thing I'm seeing is -29. Siberia. Let's go down under. Spell you're under, way down under. WWIII is going to be, I'd say, 82. What's WWIII? Let's see, I guess, 106 over here in Cooper Bay. Wow. Pretty hot out in the water. WWIII is 80. Okay, that's 2 degrees off. I got 106 way over here and 80 over here. All right. Rodney's from Queensland. It's in the 70s through most of Queensland. But down here is 91, 95. That's the warmest temperature I see in Queensland. Summertime down there, guys. 102 here. Melbourne is 71 and rainy. Sydney, 75. Canberra, capital city, 73. Hobart. Wow, this is really warm down here. It's the warmest I've seen Hobart in a long time. 80 degrees, but it is summertime. They got wind coming in from the north where it's warmer. I bet. It's still pretty chilly over here in New Zealand. 57, 55, 55, 59. Wow. You're in the Northern Island, you're in the 60s. Hamilton, 66. New Plymouth, 64. All right, let's check out England. Norway. We get people here from England and Norway pretty frequently. We used to get a guy in here from France a lot. Maybe I talked too bad about macaroni, president of France. I hadn't seen anybody here from France in a long time. Stavanger, 39. Oslo's 37, above freezing. around here, but inland 30. Some snow inland. 39 up here, 37 up here, 35 up here, 26 there, 17 up there. Way up north to get the cold temperatures. Look in Chico land, 37. That's where like in Chico's and Minsk. He was talking about the World War III threat. He said Moscow, Putin town is 26. And Zelensky town is 41. So what's going on down in Yemen? Right here. 75, 86 there, 80, Aden, Djibouti, 82. This is that tight, narrow pass right here. Essentially, all the trade through here is being shut down by the Houthi missiles. See how tight that pass is? I need to go measure that on Google Earth. All right, let's stay out. If we get rain in Panama, a little bit. Panama. Yeah, there's a drought here is shut down the Panama Canal. They're getting a little rain right now, but that's very light. Probably not doing any good. Get some rain in the south of the down here. Even the Amazon has been challenged for water right now. Argentina, Malayaland. Got some good storms in the middle of the country there. It's summertime down there, but that's a mild summer in the 70s. All righty, let's end this. We could come up here and most of the people in the United States in my chat. I will do a quick little run through. This is where the watermarks have come up a little bit. See if we see any weather up. We got more rain coming to West Wokistan. Look at that, guys. Rain will be in my neighborhood today, later. Friday morning, maybe. Off the East Coast, you'll get some snow new days. There's some real heavy storms off the coast. If anybody's boating out there, you don't want to be in that. Snow in Illinois, Indiana, going down into Kentucky, into the Blue Ridge on Saturday. Smoky Mountains. Yeah, let's say through Sunday. Looks like the Smokies going to get pretty good snow. And yet some more rain heading to West Wokistan. Seattle's getting it pretty heavy, and it's coming for California. California. But we got a little stream coming in. It's coming in kind of slow, though. Colorado going to be getting a lot of snow in northern Utah. There you go. And a lot of snow in the mountains of California. Heavy snow, some rain. That'll all melt off soon in springtime, and they're going to get flooded. Ooh, Utah is going to get good Tuesday. Even in southern Utah, granted, you can definitely get some snow Tuesday. And in Denver and all around Colorado Wednesday. Snow's moving into Kansas, Nebraska Wednesday. Iowa, Minnesota, across Idaho and Montana. Northwest Wyoming Thursday. A week from now. Still in the snow season, guys. All right, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to check the chat room. Stop the share. Hello. Give me a minute to pull back up the chat room. All righty. Scroll up. See what I missed. The windy one says, good night to you. I guess you're already gone. Blue Ridge, Georgia is one of the nicest looking places I've ever seen. All right, Jason. Good to hear. That's Rodney's come back. See that part of the chat. So let's go down from there. Luckner. That's Lee's buddy, isn't it, Anton? Rodney, thanks for sharing the Survival Tribe Network. Everybody needs to join it. Snowing here? Well, it will be, according to all that. Granny, don't show it snowing there right now, but it looks like you're going to get a couple snows coming your way. The Lutner guy, he's sick or something. I don't watch him. Maybe I should. We got Jeremiah back. Some one of you mods took Jeremiah out or come back in and re-added him. I guess some of you don't appreciate his gematria. He's got the freedom of speech, and if he wants to talk about gematria, I got no issue with it. He's always been very respectful. There's a hurricane off Brazilian coast. Oh, come back and look at that in a minute. And she gets sardines and olive oil. Oh my gosh, you get sardines and olive. That cat's spoiled. Shoot, I love sardines myself. Thank you, Roger, sharing the Freedom Restoration Foundation. All right, let me go back and check this hurricane out. That's worth looking at. Refresh on the windy. Just take us back to the day. Let's see hurricane, and I will share. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to hit the share again. We got to find the right spot for it. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Ding, ding, back in the windy. Right now, there's some intense storms, probably a heck of a squall line out in the Atlantic. Well, I want to be a ship in that. I've been caught out in the squall line at sea. And it was very interesting. I'm not seeing a hurricane on here. Show some rotation down here, a lot of storms down here. Maybe it was or will become a hurricane. I don't know. Or maybe this whole tool is off. Not showing a hurricane at the moment, though, but that's some intense squall line right there. Ooh-wee. I hate to be caught in that. This wind's going this way and that wind's going that way. So it's pretty intense right there in the center. That wind's going to wonk. It's just the east of Bermuda. Another big old storm up here. Snow at sea. A lot of snow at sea up here. I believe our Norway buddy works in the North Sea. Yeah, it's pretty windy up there. That'd be a rough time to work in the North Sea in the wintertime. Pretty challenging. All right, let's stop the share. We'll go back to the chat room. Hello. Yeah, I'm used to looking over here to see how long we've been on. I can't do it right now. Daffodils are open. I got some sprouted up. I hadn't seen them open yet. Go outside and double check. They may have opened. If all these countries aren't waiting for the clips to attack. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I mean to actually launch an attack. Let's just hope they don't launch an attack at all. Anyway, guys. All righty. It's heading toward 4 a.m. So maybe we need to close this out real quick. All right, Tiffany, you're saying you're having some health issues. She got the vertigo. All righty, folks. Let's do a quick prayer session for Tiffany. I want everybody to remember my friend Dennis, who had a stroke recently. I need to check with his wife and see how they're doing. And I want everybody to pray for Granny and her granddaughter Kaylee. My friend Randy Bly has been doing better with the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, but it'd still be a good thing to include him in the prayers. He's been having some issues. He also called Welch Rabbit. Melted cheese on toast with mustard. ACY. Anybody else got a prayer request? Yeah, Tiffany said she's having some vertigo. Prayer for all that needs them. There you go. Let's pray for peace right now. The whole world's going nuts. Let's pray that all these people that want war don't get their wishes. Somehow all this stuff calms down. We could have there should be a peace treaty negotiated in Ukraine. Really should be. And Europe, with the realization that they're not ready to hold off Russia, ought to start pushing for a peace treaty. You know, I tell you, Ukraine ought to, or they're liable to cease to exist if they don't. Bad episode Vertigo on day 6. Oh Lord. Okay, let's definitely pray for Tiffany, guys. World peace. Amen, traveler. Amen, Anton. Now, like I've said many times, this is not a religious channel. So pray according to however your faith would have you pray. If you don't have faith, a moment of silence is golden. I do believe in a greater creator. I believe in the power of prayer. We wouldn't be doing this. I'm praying for all you. I pray all the time. I love the Lord. All right, Randall, that sounds great. All right, let's just have a moment here for prayer. Amen. Hey, I added in that little prayer that sunspot don't go crazy on us. Might be something to remember when you go to bed tonight. All right, Age of Aquarius is saying it'll all seem nuts for a few more years. Jeremiah says, hope you all have a wonderful tomorrow. Amen. I think it's already tomorrow, but it's not tomorrow for me yet till I pray for your skirts. Oh, Lord, Anton. Anton, are you Scottish? Anyway, Lord, Gabby, bright blessings. Amen. Amen. Make the right decision today. By 10 a.m. meeting, well, you make the right decision. We'll pray for that, whatever that is. Amen, Granny. Oh, you're not Scottish. Okay. Talking about your skirts, your kilts all this time. I thought you were Scottish, Anton. All righty, folks. Traveler, let's see here. All right, folks. Everybody tell us where you're from. We're going to call it a night here. Pray for New Days to make the right decision, wherever that is. I think she's got a job or something to offer. Everybody, tell us where you're from. I'll call AT&T when we get off the line here so we can get my phone resolved if they'll let me call them. Okay, New Days. That's what I thought. Open justice. All right, Jason. Area 51. What's that song from the Doors? about being strange. Copperopolis, North California, Tiffany. Down under, Gabby. Melbourne. Okay, yeah, we looked at Melbourne, I believe. Bella Vista, Arkansas, from Michelle. Travelers in Texas. Detroit, Rock City. Detroit, Rock City. A kiss singing that, Jacob. Hillsboro, West Wokistan. There you go, Chewy. Australia, Rodney. Yeah, we got that. Stefford's chicken in the car. Car won't go. Chicken fell out, broke its toe. Chicago. Hey, Stefford's. Man, girl, you need to get out of the city. You need to get out of the city, girl. Central Queensland. You're in the same area roughly that Rodney's from. Okay, Scooby Snacks. Queensland. Put it on airplane mode for 13 seconds, take it off, and the phone will reconnect. No, it's not just internet. It don't have phone service. People are strange. Yeah, new days. Sometimes I can remember the words to it, but there's a band that's called the Dirty South. They did a video on that, and it's real funny. They're flying around in a UFO that looks like a banjo. I mean, it's just funny. If y'all haven't seen that video, check it out. I believe the band's name's Dirty South. I hadn't seen their videos in a while, but they got some real cool music. Just down the road from Rodney. All right, Gabby. When you're a stranger, faces get ugly when you're alone. When you're strange, when you're strange. Yeah, I need to practice up the lyrics on that. Maybe I'll have to make a new song on that myself, huh? Yes, I understand, but that is what you get your service back. I think it's probably because I missed my bill. I can only make emergency calls. Ray Jason remains out of the spaceships, laboratory experiments. Hey, Brandy, how you doing? Jimmy, this is long to get in. Phone kept throwing. Oh, you're having phone. Maybe it's a solar flare. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's disrupting my phone. Might be the solar flare. So I'm not the only one having trouble. Are you on AT&T, Brandy? I'm having trouble. Are you on AT&T, Brandy? No devices connected. Yeah. Settings part. Airplane mode. Turn it on. Guarantee it ain't gonna work. Leave it on airplane mode for a minute. Cricket, same thing. Turn it off. Wi-Fi. Yeah, see, it wouldn't even make a call. I'm in a suburban bubble in the woods by the lake. Well, that sounds pretty good for Chicago. All right, so I'm pull up the internet. I'm thinking I got bigger problems though. I'll turn back on here. Now my phone even come. Ain't even showing my phone. Come on. Phone. I got the Wi-Fi turned on my phone. It's not even showing up on my computer now. Yeah, it's been shut down. Either that or the solar storm's got it. I turned mine off and on, just kept rolling. I could watch you on TV, but not on your phone till just now. Wow. I guess you can't comment when you're on TV. How you doing, Brandy? We did go down to LA to look at the weather. For those that don't know what LA is, it's Lower Alabama. Turn it off and on. Restart button. Verizon was bad last few days. Yeah, we got a solar flare. It said it's going to disrupt communication some. You know they ain't taking no and they ain't talking, Anton. Uh-oh. Call Lee. Nah, ain't no point in it. $48, chilly. Well, I've seen when I thought 48 was a heat wave when I was in Arizona during the summer. Winter, not winter, fall. I'd be pulling, I'd be out working my t-shirt. When you're busy working, that gets you get warmed up real fast. That is where I'm moving to, LA. Well, in this case, we're talking Lower Alabama. Which LA you heading to, Tiffany? I tried to call you. You wouldn't take my call. So I'm not messing with you anymore. Sometimes things are just better left the way they are. Honest starting. Are you starting? Well, I don't know if it's working. If I can call my home phone. Call button. Recent. Yeah, I don't even show that. It don't even show where I tried to call my home phone. Wow. Keypad. It won't call my home phone. It's not doing anything. Your phone is not registered on the network. No, it's not going to do anything. I got nothing on this phone. Maybe it'll let me call AT&T when we're out. We'll see. Lower Alabama. Oh, you're heading to Lower Alabama. Okay, Tiffany. Sounds good. 30 degrees in Maine's t-shirt weather. I guess. You are kind of chilly up there. Let's go back up a bit. So it didn't work, Tiffany. So you're heading from Northern California to Lower Alabama. All right, good for you, Tiffany. It might be a good move. Get out of California. All right. I got a pressure ulcer on your foot. Why don't you say someone's praying there at the end, Ton? The man around the house looks good in Arizona. Okay, guys. Now, the Arizona video that I posted today on Green Grapes was recorded on 11 December. Since I did that video, I put the upper floor in the roof. The roof is on it. The roof is on the building. Actually, if y'all ever seen Gail with Rainbow Food Rocks, her husband came out and helped me the day we put the roof on. He did a lot of work. He's really nice guy, really brilliant. He's also an engineer, and I had him helping out on the roof. And I actually hired a carpenter for that day. It's the first time I actually hired a actual. Well, no, I had a carpenter come out and help build a couple of walls too, and that was he volunteered. That is Cowgirl in Arizona's man. He came out and helped on 2 different occasions. But a lot of the stuff I did myself, and I've had a couple other guys helping me out. And then my neighbor, who's a plumber, helped us get that wall up. We had him and a guy named CJ there, and we had a few others. Not too many others. See, got him in here. Let me see the messages, hopefully. Yeah. So DJ came out, and my neighbor, 2 neighbors. I got another neighbor named Scott. He's helped me out a lot. And I had a young guy help me out, nephew of Let's see. Who else? Nephew of Scott Miller. Yeah, I can't do text. My phone won't do anything right now. I won't do text messages or anything at all. We're so liberal, we gotta let loose and win, and the winners lose. Well, what? We so liberal, we gotta let the losers win and the winners lose. Oh Lord. I think that is the philosophy. My home, the South spaceships hover over my home at night. Oh. They may not be spaceships, it might be something else. Race ain't fair if the losers win. All right, Gabe, we're about to go. We're about to call it a night here. Who knows what they're testing? Yeah. Yeah, I saw something big around the Area 51, there out in Death Valley one night. Boy, it's up because where we were at, it was one of ours. It was humongous, whatever it was. Anywho, who knows? All right, folks. Let's call it a night. All righty, folks. Hey, thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll pull up my Zoom screen to end the video. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night, good day, whichever it may be, wherever you're at. I hope you'll all have a good day tomorrow. And maybe we'll be back on here Friday night. We'll just have to see how things pan out. The solar flares don't get us and whatever else going on my schedule, timeline lies. Again, thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. To one and all, good night, good day, and ho, ho, ho.